Please welcome Lil Rel Howery to the show.
What up? What up?
This morning, Rel.
I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
You bet, man. Thanks for coming in. For those who may not be familiar with you, you've had so many great, awesome roles, and you won the MTV Movie Award for Best Comedic Performance in the movie Get Out. That had to have been a nice little feather in the cap, getting an award for that.
Yeah, it's actually really dope because also last night my friend Tiffany Haddish received the same award.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just took it. I told her this morning, like, yeah, back-to-back years.
And she's in Uncle Drew.
Yeah, she's in Uncle Drew also, which is such a fun movie, man, we did.
So explain for people who are familiar, they may have seen the commercials. There were the commercials were featuring the character of Uncle Drew. Explain what Uncle Drew is about.
So it started from, so people don't know this, Kyrie came up with Uncle Drew, and
He created it?
It's based on his dad.
Wow.
His dad still plays basketball. So he basically created this old, like he's better as an older version of his dad, but his dad still plays all the time. Huh. Just this older guy who's on the court still balling dudes.
Yeah. So it was him who came up with the idea this guy who sort of schools some street ballers.
And the first time he did, I think we always forget. So they did it in Chicago first, and nobody knew who it was. So it was actually a real court, real game. He showed up in the old man stuff, balled everybody out. I didn't even know it was Kyrie until maybe like the fourth commercial.
Yeah, because it was hard. The makeup was done, first off, very well. You could obviously see body-wise, the guy, it would have been an exemplary shape. But the facial makeup was very well done.
It was very well done. That's what was so amazing about the movie with all the prosthetics, with all the players.
Yeah.
I'm almost forgot how everybody looked in real life.
Did you?
Because they'll be in there for 5 hours. So when I show up on set, they already old. And when I left, they were still old. So I literally forgot how everybody looked until Kyrie did that press conference when he went to the Celtics. And I was like, oh. That's your face.
Well, in the movie, so you have a team, and you have your adversary is Nick Kroll, which is borderline science fiction that he's got, but I got it. So he's your adversary because he plays a good prick. So you guys are playing off against each other. He sort of steals he just crushes you. He's your adversary.
Yeah, he's destroyed my life in different times.
So that spurs you on to
have to find somebody to help me, and that's when I heard about Uncle Drew from different people, like the guys at the barbershop tell me about him, but I've never seen him.
It's the stuff of legend, but you figure you'll explore it.
Like, come on, whatever. So it was like when Dax, his name, my character, discovers Drew, was really by mistake. This is after I couldn't find any new players to play on my team. Went around all these different playgrounds, and I just happened to be at a playground and see Drew take on this dude one-on-one. That's when I approached him.
And so what his one deal is, he'll do it, but he has to be able to pick his own teammates.
Right, that's where the story gets hilarious and fun. That it's taking this road trip to pick up all these other old dudes.
And you're getting older versions of these great players.
Shaq and Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Preston mentioned Get Out.
Yeah.
We had Jordan Peele in, I guess he was still working on Get Out. He was in promoting, I think it was Keanu.
Yeah.
And it became clear as we were talking that he was just a huge horror fan in this whole thing. And he was simultaneously sort of excited but nervous about what Get Out would be. None of you could have seen how this would take off the way it did.
No, I mean, when we did it, it was one of those things where, like, either this is going to do well or it's not, right? And it wasn't a big budget, so we all did do it because we love Jordan Peele, and I just love the script. Once the trailer came out and then we went to reshoot the ending, I'm like, oh, I think this is going to do good.
What was your first indication? Was it it was the trailer.
The trailer. It was the trailer.
Yeah,
the way when my family started calling me, like, we can't wait to see this. I'm like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah.
Why did you reshoot the ending?
Well, I wanted to ask about that, too, because I watched both endings, and we don't want to betray what happens at the end of the movie.
Wait, I didn't know there's two.
It's on the disc.
On the disc.
You get it on.
You can see the original.
They actually got it on YouTube too. I mean, the original ending.
Which one did you like better? Before you go into the story about that.
I appreciate the original because it was real.
Yep.
But then also I knew, as a fan of movies, we just needed a hero, man.
Yeah, it needed to have a more satisfying ending. I know what you mean.
People would have left the theater with different energy if we would have kept. Because when I saw the first cut, it was with the original ending, and I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was.
But you know what? Because he's I mean, here's the difference. And they'll say horror comedy. I like my horror. You can have some comedy, and you provide the comedy.
But you know what made it work, though? Because Jordan wrote it real.
He wrote it real. Yes, you can tell.
All I was the audience that watched the movie.
And that's why it works. When they try to yuck it up, that's when they screw it up, because that would have undermined what is really a brilliant horror movie that works on multiple levels.
Yeah. And what was masterfully done was that the trailer thought you were getting into one thing, and the movie got you into something else, and you're like, whoa. That's hard to pull off.
How much of your character of that? First off, do you ever have to go through TSA ever now?
so I'll tell you something funny about that. They show love when I showed them. Oh man, we appreciate you, but you still got to take your shoes off. So I still get no real love. I still got to do everything. They still do it. Like, they take their job more seriously now, which is crazy. Like,
well, you give them a sense of pride. Was there any on-set ad-libbing because you seem so natural? Your simultaneous pride and condemnation of him for going in the first place.
So the funny thing about it is, I thought I was saying stuff that was scripted, and then we did a panel, and Jordan was like, nah, this is you just saying stuff.
Wow, that's great.
But he let me do that. He'll have, like, we'll do the takes where I do everything scripted, and I do a real take. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, if anyone's going to appreciate comedic ability,
it's Jordan. Yeah, that's why he's a great director.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, talking about being on the set and improving lines, and we have Adam McKay as a friend of the show, and he says he'll laugh when someone's riffing on set and doing the deal, and that actually encourages the actors. You as a performer, when you're doing something, do you like to hear response, or does it throw you off? Because technically, you're not supposed to be hearing someone laughing, but how does it work?
Well, that's the thing. It depends on what it is. Like, so if it's, for instance, like, it's not, I'm trying to plug this, but I got a show on Fox this year called Real, a sitcom.
Yes.
I like a live studio audience because I like to hear it right away. It's easy to write to that. I give you a perfect example of not that environment is doing Get Out. I kept trying to make Daniel, who played, I just wanted to make him laugh. Like, he had to be sad. So I'm like saying all this crazy. That's why when you see those outtakes of me doing it, it's me trying to make him laugh, trying to break him. So, like, they'll yell cut, and we have to give him 2 minutes to just laugh. Yeah. Because he's so good. He was just, I'm like, I got to break this dude. But he was such a really good actor, man.
Guys, let's give it up for Lil Rel Howery.
Thank you for having me.